All right, are we live?
Yes.
All right, good morning, everybody. Cal Larson here with Fox 11 and Good Day, Wisconsin. A couple technical difficulties. We can hope you hear myself and our guest Chase here this morning. We are in the CNC lab at NWTC. Chase Culver, machine tool instructor. We wanted to do this on YouTube Live because if you just saw us on air, we don't always have a ton of time. And Chase and his friend Matt, friend and colleague here, have a lot of information to share. So here we are. So first off, Chase, thanks for letting us do this. Tell us again what room we're standing in.
So we have a huge shop here. We divide that into two programs. We've got a CNC technician and a CNC machinist program. We are standing in the second year part where we do a little bit more advanced machining.
Okay, so what are students, not just this machine specifically, which we'll get into, but what are students doing in this lab?
Okay, so we take drawings that we have from 3D CAD/CAM programs. So we're drawing everything up first and modeling it. Then we're taking it and we're producing G-code, which is a code that the machine uses to relate the information to tell it what to do. In this lab, we're going through advanced setups, advanced machining techniques. We even get into a machine right here that's got 5th axis capabilities where it can take and turn the part and rotate it and do machining on all sides versus some of the machines that we used to use, we could just do X, Y, and Z and everything was vertical or horizontal. Now we can just access everything in more angles, less setups, and produce more accurate parts.
Something I know very little about. I've never had experience with these machines or these classes, but your students here, it sounds like get a ton of hands-on.
Yeah. The whole thing is based around hands-on. You know, people when they're looking for a job in manufacturing, we get a lot of them that they don't want to sit behind a desk. They don't want to be looking at a computer. They want to be hands-on. They need to physically have everything in their hands and be touching things. They're very curious that way. So this program really kind of encompasses all of that. They get a little bit of the office type setting where they're drawing the parts, but then they get out here, they get to set up the machines. It's for them to see the whole process from start to finish is very rewarding.
Yep.
You're taking a raw piece of material, you're programming it, here's what I want it to look like, put it in the machine, set it all up, use the tooling, and then when it comes out, it's this product that is going to be an assembly, and that assembly can be part of a tractor. We've got companies around here that do work for Case, New Holland, John Deere. That John Deere is something very big in the Midwest.
Yep.
They're based out of Iowa and in lower Wisconsin, and our students are making parts for them out in the industry. Also, we've got some companies that are making parts for SpaceX. We're really touching a lot of different avenues, and the precision of these parts, it's not like putting together a house where you got to be close within 1/8 of an inch. The tolerancing that we have is working down to 4, 5, 6 decimal places. So they get their hands on to an inspection. Everything that, to make a good quality part that's going to fit something, out in industry and assembly.
Well, and we don't want to keep Matt waiting here. Let's stick close to the camera just to make sure that people can hear what you're saying and what you're talking about. So tell us what Matt is doing and what this machine is capable of.
Yeah, so what we've done here is we've got this robot set up to take the role of what an operator would be doing, is just loading and unloading a machine. That's not a very high skilled job. Some of our students may end up starting out in that career path where they just load and unload parts to get their feet into the industry. But as you can see, we can set up this robot. It goes in, it puts the part in, and when it gets complete, it goes back in, grabs the part, takes it back out.
So this is a code. It's following what someone told it to do.
This is a code, and our students are learning how to program this robot and then have a little bit of a language barrier not a barrier, but it's able to talk to the machine, and together they work simultaneously, and the code comes through telling the robot, all right, now it's your turn. You take over, you come in, you take the part out, close the door, and then the machine takes over and starts machining that part. whatever specifications.
So where would you see a machine like this out in the real world?
High production is more common.
Factories?
Yeah, factories.
Okay.
We've got many facilities around northeast Wisconsin up through Door County that are using this. And anything, you know, people used to think you had to make 1,000 or 2,000 parts in order to make this, you know, justify having this equipment. But we do run into parts that run for 30 minutes, 60 minutes. If we can hit start and let this thing just go and it keeps unloading and loading parts, we'd rather have this do the work and keep the repeatability.
So obviously we have Matt here this morning. Does this machine always need somebody doing what he's doing? Or
No.
you can automate it completely?
Right, it can be completely automated where it comes over to a tray or a carousel, it grabs parts, it puts it into the machine, and it just keeps unloading and loading those parts. They can run up to 8 to 10 hours easily without an operator. They do have sensors hooked up, so if something did happen, it could notify some sort of operator that's responsible for that cell.
Is this pretty new technology?
You know, not really. It's been around for quite a while, but it is getting to be a little bit more popular now that we're seeing some worker shortages in certain areas. This kind of fills that gap. It doesn't take away a job. It's just creating higher paid jobs for the individuals that are coming into this area because now those people are able to set up a robot, integrate it into this machine. It doesn't take away anything, but it does create a much higher paying job and give more responsibility to the operators.
I'm glad you brought up jobs before we let Chase go. That's a big part of why we're here and what we're talking about. Talk about the job market for the students.
Yeah, so our students, when they get out into industry or even before, they're already employed, but they've got several jobs that are lined up for them,
That's awesome.
which is great because they kind of can pick and choose a little bit. What area do they want to go into? There's a lot of different aspects of machining, whether it's turning centers, machining centers, surface grinders, there's inspection. But then we also see our students come through these programs and go out and maybe they're salespeople, they're sales engineers. So it really opens the door for them to be much more than just in this, working on a machining center. Several of them have gone off to start their own shops, very successful. It's really great and we're pretty proud of our students once they leave this program that they're able to have that kind of level of success.
People obviously care about how much money they're going to be making. Talk about some of the jobs in terms of wages.
Yeah, we have students that, before they even leave us, they're approaching that $60,000 mark. Once they get out from us and a couple years down the road, they're well over $70,000 in the overtime. Like I said, with that worker shortage, there's no shortage of making extra money, and it's kind of really as much as they want to work. And
So we appreciate you being here with us. Before we let you go, any plug you want to give about NWTC, the lab, bringing students in? This is your time.
Yeah, so we've got our open house coming up on February 24th, 3 to 6. All the labs in trades and the whole college will be open. But I would highly recommend people coming down, checking out our CNC lab. We're so proud of it. The machines that we have in here, millions of dollars of equipment, and between my coworker and I, we've gone out to try to get this equipment, get grants and funding for it, and put this together so that students have an opportunity, and come check it out. I think we might even be giving away some nice prizes. But you got to come into the lab. You have to check it out, and you'll have to find the box to put your ticket in. So.
All right. We appreciate it, Chase. Thank you. We'll have more on that open house on our website. We'll also be back on Good Day Wisconsin once more, about 8:15 or so. We'll see you guys there.